Hey everybody, this is John Carlos, and I'm here with a look at the black KYBER crystal. These are packaged in the red KYBER crystal casings and are available at random at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge in Disneyland. They are considered rare in number, but I don't know the exact, rarity number. Here's just a closer look at the sculpt of like the outer plastic crystal. There are a few different sculpts out there for crystals, but this is definitely one that's in rotation. Even though it's a black or obsidian crystal, it still functions like a red one in the Jedi Holocron and any kind of lightsaber from Savi's workshop. Because if you're buying a red KYBER crystal, you'd expect it to work like a red KYBER crystal. It does do something different in the Sith Holocron, which we'll get to in a moment. But first, I just want to show you guys that besides the crystal that's in there, there's this little tiny note with little tiny writing that says, I'll read it aloud for you guys. Today you have found something truly special. This small fragment of obsidian is infused with the power of the dark side. When placed inside a lightsaber or holocron, this rare fragment with unnatural powers mined from a dark side shrine will have similar properties as a red KYBER crystal. Kind of like what I just said. Also worth noting that they spelled unnatural wrong. As you may or may not have heard, there is a trick to getting a black KYBER crystal, and that trick involves the flashlight on your cell phone. If you're in store, you put that up to the casing, you can see just how much light comes through with a red one versus how little light comes through with a black one. And not just because of the little sheet right here that would definitely block the light, this little sheet that I just read to you right there, but also just the darker silhouette of the crystal in general. However, you can't do that trick anymore. You could do that during the first month of operation when everything was still under, when you had to get in the land through reservations, but now things have changed because so many goobs were going into the store and using their flashlights and clogging up the store. Now they have these behind the register. And you can just ask for a red one and they'll hand you one. You don't get to look at a bunch, so you just get what they hand you. And as of today, June 25th, they don't even just sell them for $12.99 anymore, like individually. You actually have to be buying a holocron in order to be able to buy a separate KYBER crystal. Who knows if that'll change? I mean, things have already changed in the first month. They could change again, but that's where we're at right now. So when you put in a red KYBER crystal into a Sith Holocron, you get Palpatine lines. But when you put in a black one,
there's been an awakening. Have you felt it?
You get Snoke lines.
When I found you, I saw what all masters live to see. Raw, untamed power. And beyond that, something truly special. My worthy apprentice, where there was conflict, I now sense resolve. Where there was weakness, strength. Complete your training and fulfill your destiny. I cannot be betrayed. I cannot be beaten. The dark side and the light. The seed of the Jedi Order lives. And as long as it does, hope lives. Well done, my good and faithful apprentice. So much strength. Darkness rises and light to meet it.
So putting in a red crystal into a Jedi Holocron gives you warnings from Yoda. Same thing happens here.
Careful you must be when sensing the future. The fear of loss is a path to the dark side.
Now, I'm not going to play you all the Yoda lines because they're the same lines as when you put in a red KYBER crystal. And I cycle through the black and the red KYBER crystal, and I can tell you, it's the same audio. And speaking of the same audio, This Kyber crystal produces the same audio and same light as a red Kyber crystal in a lightsaber. Here's the startup. Here's the light and sound of the black Kyber crystal. And here's the light and sound of a red Kyber crystal. Looks and sounds the same to me. Now when you put in a red crystal into the lightsaber, the tech inside reads that the RFID chip inside is for red, and it makes a red light come out. However, that light does not come across as strongly against an obsidian crystal. You can see that the light at the base of this unit has turned on, but the light doesn't travel through the crystal the way it does with a red crystal. Now, there are rumors that Disney is no longer selling these because it was too much of a hassle to deal with guests. That is not true. However, it is true that these are being sold from behind the register at Dok-Ondar, so these are going to be much harder to get. Like, if you buy a red Kyber crystal and end up with a black one, that is a very rare thing indeed. Me personally, I think this is fun. This is like a fun way to spice up buying a red Kyber crystal. I like the fact that it still functions as a red one, as advertised on the packaging. Like if for some reason you're disappointed that it's not actually red, put in a lightsaber, put in the Jedi Holocron, it's still red. Put in a Sith one, you get something more fun. But yeah, I dig it. It's like a fun toy surprise in a Cracker Jack box, man. So yeah, hopefully you found this video useful. Thanks for watching, everybody. And if you want, you can follow me on social media stuffs. Here's some links.